Copywriters, freelancers, marketers, business owners, friends, okay? I'm going to say something that I don't usually tend to say because we don't like to make big claims here, but genuinely, I think right now that we are facing the biggest opportunity in marketing generally in the last 20 years, and I want to talk about why. And I'm not going to leave you in suspense. I'm going to tell you exactly what that thing is, and that thing is creative strategy. It is two words that you have probably seen buzzing around a lot recently. Creative strategy. Now, we have other videos about what this means, and essentially it's this. A creative is just an image or a video in an ad. So on Facebook ads, Instagram ads, TikTok ads, stuff like that. That is what we are talking about. And it has blown up in the mainstream recently because of something very specific that Meta did. They essentially introduced a change in their AI algorithm that broke everything and has left a massive window opportunity. We actually talk about this, and I have put together a bunch of free training about how you can exploit this right now. If you look in the link in the description of this video, you will see that I have put together a 4-day free training, one-time only training event called the Creative Strategist Launchpad. So if you are like, yes, Alex, I want to know about this, go sign up for that right now. But I'm going to explain exactly why I think this is such a huge opportunity and why businesses are looking for this right now. Okay, so creative strategy. Both business owners themselves want to do this really well at the moment because they know it's going to scale their business, and they are so open to working with freelancers and to hiring people who know how to do this for them because everything has changed. The game has completely changed in the last few months, and everyone is scrambling to make it better again. It is not going to get better for the next 1 to 2 years, okay? It's not going to become the mainstream way of doing things for the next 1 to 2 years. That means for the next 1 to 2 years, if you can position yourself as a creative strategist, or at least have it as part of your skill set, I am willing to bet my reputation on the fact that a lot of people are going to get a lot of clients and are going to make a lot of money through creative strategy because of the natural response that the business world has had to this. For example, and let me just take you through a few things, right? Okay. Today, like in the last 2 days, the last 48 hours, and this is 100% true, my team can corroborate this. The last 48 hours have given my agency, my new agency, which is focused on creative strategy, we have brought in an extra £21,000, so about, I guess $30,000-ish, in the last 48 hours, just from signing new clients who are just paying us to teach them about creative strategy. $30,000. And by the way, just 2 people are going to be working on this. Okay? Just 2 people are going to be working for less than a month for $30,000 because we've been hired by 3 more clients. And that's not including all the other businesses that we have closed in the last, years, I suppose I've been doing this, but the last few months we have closed dozens of clients on teaching them how to do creative strategy and also just doing it for them. And we've earned $30,000 in pretty much as many hours. So yeah, kind of crazy. Like, my agency is currently earning about $1,000 an hour in terms of new business because of how the business world has been reacting to creative strategy. Again, if you want to know like the ins and outs of exactly why this has happened, the minute you sign up to the free training that's in the description of this video, you'll get access to a video which tells you exactly about like why this big change has happened, and also an introduction to creative strategy, like a creative strategy 101. But in this video, I want to kind of explain why this isn't going anywhere, why creative strategy is going to be such a huge opportunity for the next couple of years. And it's pretty simple. When you think about it, creative, like I mentioned, is 2 things. Images, videos. Now, when a lot of other trends have come up in the last, 20 years, things like SEO, things like, conversion copywriting, things like design, fractional design, things that, or like specific kinds of funnels and things like that. Things have come up, and they have, some of them have made people money, and that's great. And some gurus have come along and said, this is the answer to everything, it's going to be amazing. And then it fades away, and those gurus get fewer and fewer views on YouTube, and then they have to switch to something else. Creative strategy. I've been a creative strategist for more than 5 years at this point, and I've actually been doing creative strategy for like 7 or 8 years with my own brands. And the reason that this is different is because unlike all those other things I mentioned, whereby, they rely on specific platforms or individual ways of thinking or something very, very niche, creative strategy is images and it's videos that are designed to sell to people when people are scrolling, through different platforms. If you think those things are ever going to go away, then you're an idiot. Because even when we have chips in our head, we are still going to be relying on seeing images and videos because we are visual creatures. So creative strategy is one of these things that has been hit. You could even argue creative strategy was a thing way back in the days of just direct mail and newspaper because, they had to be images in there. But in the modern day, having images and videos mixed with direct response, i.e. I have to click this thing to follow the link, it's not going anywhere. It's been here since the first day of the internet, and it's going to continue to be here long until we have any other kind of technology. So this is tech proof. No matter what happens in the future, understanding how this works is crucial. No matter how good AI gets, and obviously using AI is a big part of how to make this work, which I talk about in the training. But no matter how good like AI gets or, automations or generation or whatever, it's always going to rely on people to ultimately set the strategy to see how good things are and to tell other businesses how to do it. Businesses still hire consultants for things that they technically could do themselves with automation because they want to make sure there's a human responsible for it. So this is always going to be a very, very big opportunity. But as I said, there's been a big change recently with something Meta has done, which I talk about in the training, that has meant there's a window right now of everyone is actively looking for creative strategists, and it's a bit like the Wild West again. Thankfully, I have built a system over the last few years which actually predicted this change coming, and I'm very proud of that. And it's a pretty amazing system, which is why we're being hired so quickly by so many people. And I want to kind of share what that is with you so you can start taking advantage. But the reason that we have this 1 to 2 years of opportunity, like I said, is because people are just going to be scrambling around, not sure what to do until the solution kind of becomes a bit more mainstream. And even then, if you've established yourself as this, you are going to be able to do this forevermore, essentially. So that's why creative strategy is a forever thing. This is not a trend because it's to do with images and videos, and we're going to need these forever. The thing that I find most striking is that this is the biggest opportunity in 20 years, in my opinion. When was the last time we saw such a huge shift in people's way of thinking about marketing? I would argue it was at the inception of the internet. It was when marketing moved from direct mail to email and online, okay, like the majority of it. Since then, yeah, we've had other things come up. We've had the advent of search engines and SEO and funnel software and things like that, and ad platforms. But creative strategy, because it's just permeated throughout all of that, it almost hasn't really seemed like an opportunity in the last 20 years because it's just been the obvious companion to everything that's happened online, which is why I've been in it for so long. But all of a sudden, and for the first time since I have been in marketing, certainly, and since anyone I know has been in marketing, the term creative strategy has broken through into the mainstream, and now every business realizes, oh my God, we can't just put random stuff out on Facebook anymore and hope to get results. We have to have a system in place. We have to know what we're doing. And because this is such an integral part of all modern marketing, this, in my opinion, is not as big as, of course, the movement to the internet, but certainly the next biggest thing that I have seen happen since I have been in this career, which is why I'm so excited. And you know us, we don't really get hypey about things, but this is one of those things where for the last, year, last 6 months in particular, but even the last year, I've had more and more businesses that I consult with or I have calls with ask about creative strategy. And the last few months, it has ramped up to 11. It has been insane. Every other question is, can you recommend me a creative strategist? Can you do creative strategy for me? Hey, we know creative strategy is really important. How do we do it? We have a year or two of this left. So that's why we have absolutely scrambled to put together some training for you, which, I've been working on for this past month, these first few training videos, all culminating in a webinar at the end on the 25th of March. So if you're watching this in the future and it's past the 25th of March 2026, I'm afraid you've missed this. Very sorry. But we wanted to put something up just so we get as many people into this as possible, because it doesn't really matter how many people get onto this. Even if we had 100,000 people join, as you guys know, so few people take action that there is no threat to me having competition from this. I just want to share this with as many people as possible because so many businesses are asking for this. There is just so much opportunity and there's so much to go around. So I'd rather you guys just have the information for free and you know how to take advantage of it. So that's why we're running the training, and that's why I believe creative strategy is the biggest opportunity in the last 20 years, particularly for copywriters, for marketers, freelancers, and for business owners who just want to learn how to do all this properly. So remember to click the link in the description below, because I'd love to see you there. You're going to get 3 free videos over the first 3 days, starting from the 22nd of March to the 24th of March, and then on the 25th of March at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, we will be doing a live webinar where you can ask questions, but more importantly, I'm going to take you through a ton of information that you can start using that very day to go and get your own clients or to make this work in your business. So hopefully I will see you there. Click the link in the description below. Just put your email in. It's completely free. And yeah, let's make some money.